Angela Bassett gave a rousing performance as Tina Turner in the 1993 movie What's Love Got to Do with It? These days, she's mixing spirited on-screen roles with quiet moments of contemplation. Michelle Miller has our Sunday profile.
What do you think of this?
I don't know. What is this? What is this?
It's art, honey.
It's art?
And art is something Oscar-nominated actress Angela Bassett
I like
is passionate about.
how he used this idea of the silver.
So when we met up at LA's Broad Museum to see the exhibit Soul of a Nation, Art in the Age of Black Power, Bassett, an avid collector herself, was in her element.
I love a room with art. I love living with it. Mine are what I'm attracted to, some abstracts. This is a bit of abstract, but you can see the picture and you can get the figurative aspect of it.
This connoisseur who marvels at a canvas has created plenty of her own art on the big screen, playing roles that are fierce, sultry, and iconic. Her latest project, Otherhood, a new Netflix comedy.
You know how long it's been since I've had sex. I was gonna say pizza.
Bassett plays one of three moms who feel forgotten by their adult sons.
And so they set off to New York to knock on these kids' door and to insert themselves back into their lives.
I want to stay for a few days.
What? No, Mom, why?
Because you still live like a 15-year-old, sweetheart.
But a funny thing happens. They come into their own maturity, these mothers, as well as the sons. So everyone sort of grows. It starts out as one thing, but it ends up something completely different than what they expected.
Bassett's own upbringing was molded by two strong women. Born into what she says was an unhappy home in New York City, Bassett was soon sent by her mother to North Carolina to live with her Aunt Golden.
She loved young people. She instilled that confidence in me that I know in this lifetime someone saw me and loved me completely, utterly, without a doubt.
Still, it wasn't her mom, and that was hard on Angela.
I remember becoming a little angry when my mother would call on the phone and say, I don't have a mom, and hanging up, because I felt, I guess maybe a little sense of abandonment. And then she came to get me.
They moved to a housing project in St. Petersburg, Florida, where she got to know her mother Betty's style of parenting.
Soldier up, you are not average. You know, if you're gonna do something, it's worth doing right or not at all. That was her.
Betty insisted that Angela take her studies seriously.
Were you interested in acting in high school?
Yes, I came to it maybe about 15. I felt a freedom. Here is a way that I could express myself. The joys, the pain, the this, the that, you know.
But studying that at Yale was something she was reluctant to do.
For a while, I tried to push it to the side because, as my Aunt Golden said, don't waste a Yale education on theater, darling.
But you couldn't hold it back.
And I realized that sometimes when you're not following your passion, it's so much more difficult.
Yes, it is.
Trying to be a molecular biophysicist.
Bassett stayed on at Yale to get a master's in drama and then began a journey, first to New York, then to LA, familiar to lots of ambitious actors, with bit parts to match. The reporter, the flight attendant.
Breakfast, sir, ma'am?
Please.
Everything sort of was a stair step. Everything sort of, on the bridge to the next job. Boys in the Hood, very small part, the mother of.
Look at me. I'm serious. I love you. You're my only son.
That role in director John Singleton's acclaimed tale of three boys growing up in South Central Los Angeles won her rave reviews.
I said, sit your ass down before I raise my voice and make a fool out of both of us.
So did her portrayal of Betty Shabazz.
You can face death 24 hours a day, but the possibility of betrayal never enters your head.
Wife of civil rights activist Malcolm X.
He's got a smile and I should be ashamed.
Then it was showtime. Bassett was cast to play rock legend Tina Turner in a harrowing story about her soaring talent and violent first husband.
That was the opportunity that if it didn't go right, it was going to go so horribly wrong. If it didn't go right, it was going to go so far left.
But her performance won her an Academy Award nomination and led to a string of successful roles. Stella finding her groove with a younger man.
You know, if I weren't in my right mind, I swear you were trying to hit on me, too.
And you would be right.
And a furious wife ridding herself of a cheating husband in Waiting to Exhale.
Couldn't have started that damn company without me. Hell, I worked my ass off.
I read that you said the characters I tend to play are women who don't hesitate for even a moment. Are you like that?
No, I hesitate. I cogitate. I ruminate.
You might say that Bassett hesitated when she met her future husband, fellow actor Courtney B. Vance at Yale.
Were the sparks flying back then?
No, absolutely not.
But when they met again 14 years later, Bassett liked what she saw.
Oh, wow. Super nice guy who really cares about people, and that made an impression on me.
They married in 1997, and they're raising twins as they both juggle their busy careers.
We're both doing what we love, and you don't have to apologize for it. Well, not to him. I've apologized to the kids a couple times, just testing the waters, just fishing. And they say, no, Ma, you love what you do. You're great at what you do. And it is your time to be king.
It helps when you've starred as Queen Ramonda in Black Panther.
We will not leave Wakanda.
Last year's top-grossing movie, and you can take your kids to the premiere. And to stay close to home, Bassett has a steady gig in L.A.
LAPD, I need everyone to back up.
Starring on television in 911, playing a policewoman in a drama about first responders.
I'm Sergeant Grant. There was an earthquake. You were in an accident, but help is on the way.
With her TV series and new movie, 60-year-old Angela Bassett is one busy lady, and she likes it that way.
You're gonna keep moving.
As my uncle said when I moved to California, I was coming for 6 weeks and then gonna go back to New York, and I said, I don't know. He said, don't get off a winning horse.